So the next thing we have to do is new blocks and patterns. And the link would be to go to WP Pompey Organizer blog post I wrote. New share, Google Chrome, display posts with new blocks and patterns. There we go. So here we have a different display from normal, and this is because I happen to be using a template. We'll come to that later. What we have in the sidebar of the theme is a widget area which contains the shortcode, and that shortcode is one I wrote called BW related. What it enables you to do is to display a number of different posts in a list for a custom post type and order them by a particular sequence, and I'm also selecting them where the date custom field is less than or equal to the meta value of dot, which is today, and this shortcode is showing 3 posts per page. So let's have a look at that post again. Here we can see 3 different posts, and I can click on the next and go through them using query pagination. Now that is the shortcode. I wanted to reproduce that using the query block, which suggests that it can do that. So here below we have a query block. Now, if I go to the query loop, we can see I have chosen to display 3 items per page and a maximum number of 2 pages, just for an example. And I have chosen one of the template patterns, which is to display the output in 2 columns. The first column contains the featured image for the post, and the second column contains the title and also the date. Now, it didn't have the date before, but I've added the date in because I wasn't getting exactly the answers I wanted. So in the block settings, we have, and I have to go up to the query loop itself. Where do I want to go? This bit here, I am not inheriting the query from the template because I'm creating my own query. And my own query is I want to see posts of the type meetup, and I want to sort them newest to oldest, and that's it. But what we can't see is, even though it's dynamically displaying them, it's not displaying them newest to oldest, because July the 18th, 2019 isn't newer than January the 6th, 2020. If, however, I go and choose posts, it does seem to be displaying them quite correctly. So I've got a problem here that I'm not able to achieve what I wanted to do because, 1, there appears to be a bug, and 2, because it doesn't actually yet allow me to do some of the things that I want to be able to do. So WordPress 5.8 hasn't yet delivered a query pagination block, and therefore can't do pagination in my output. And I can't yet run a query where I say I wanted to choose posts based on a particular value of the post metadata. So there is some functionality there. It's not as complete as it should be, and what needs to be done is that people need to raise requirements against WordPress and say it doesn't do what I want it to do, and this is why I wanted to do that. And then the query block can be extended to provide that capability. I've 3 or 4 or 5 times now tried to demonstrate the query block to people, and each time I have had a bit of a challenge. It's a lot easier than writing code to display the output, but only if you limit yourself to allowing WordPress to control what you can do. That makes sense?